Hit the record and let's go. So starting on your backs. Ready, Jill?
Yep.
On your backs. Yeah. And then we're going to start.
Let me turn off the mute.
Can you hear me? All right, cool. Arms out to the sides, knees together, feet apart, and start breathing. Not that you stop, but instead more intentional breathing. Focusing on the belly, allowing that to expand. And come down with gravity. And then moving into the middle belly. Place between your belly button and the base of your heart. Allowing that to expand. And then lastly, the top third between the base of your heart and your collarbones, allow that to expand. And staying with that natural tempo of your breath, take your feet, walk them in slightly, knees slightly apart. And then cat-cow, exhale, roll. And then inhale. Lift the lower back off the floor. And exhale. Rounding the lower back into the floor. So gently moving with the breath. Lingering anywhere where you find a bit of tightness. Move via the inspiration of your breathing. And then take your hands behind your head, elbows apart. And on your next exhale, bring the elbows together, round the upper back, and then inhale, coming down. And then you can go side to side. And you can focus on one side versus the other. You can find a bit of an opening in the back, the middle back, lower back, wherever that opening comes from, whatever you're working through. Knowing that the abs tone in sympathy, but they're not the focal point. The focus is really going to be on the spine, exploring its range of motion. Couple more breaths. Coming back to center. And on your next inhale, take the arms down, straighten the left leg. On your next inhale, reach your right foot into the floor, lift your right hip up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lifting up, moving into the lower back, middle back, upper back. And again, we will linger any part of the way. Couple more breaths here. Next, inhale, straighten the right leg, bend the left leg, other side, exhaling, lifting the left hip up, opening up. Again, we will linger, depending on what you find. It's like if you find a sticky part, a sticky bit, that's gold. That is something to celebrate. Finding those places in the body that need to release. Couple more breaths. And then on your next exhale, left hip comes down, bend your right knee. And then from here, so you can take the right knee in towards the chest. Grab the back of your right thigh, pull the right thigh in towards you. And then keeping everything the same. On the right side, see if you can straighten the left leg. If that's too much, you can keep the left knee bent so that there's a bus stop there. And then release the back of the right thigh and then go into circles on the right knee. Right knee is going into circles. Doesn't matter what direction, we'll go in the opposite direction. So go in the direction that feels natural and explore all the clunkiness going on in the right hip. How wide can you make your circle or oval, whatever it is? You can be like an egg shape. And then opposite direction. Exploration speed, which is your own personal speed. See if there's any part of the movement where you hold your breath. That's always very telling, is if you're holding while you're going through a certain direction or extension. What is that about? A couple more. And then from there, straighten the right leg. Relax and feel. Compare the right side to the left side. Right hip, right hip flexors, left hip flexors, going on. Also very soothing to the nervous system to do that comparison. Bend both knees again. Grab the back of the left thigh, pull the left thigh in. Taking a couple breaths here. Noticing the lower back rounding into the floor probably. That's fine. And then from here, if at all possible, straighten the right leg if that feels comfortable. If not, you can keep the right knee bent. Your next exhale, release the hands and go into your exploration of the hip and all of the clunkiness that may exist in there. Again, noticing if there's any part of the movement or range where you hold the breath. You make the entire range of movement indifferent to your breath, so that no holding on to the breath to manage the movement. Then other direction. Legal to linger any point of the way, as long as you're breathing. A few more rounds. And then relax. Relax and feel. Compare left to right. Okay, so then from here, bend your knees, take your right shin on top of your left thigh, left knee. And then from here, cat-cow. So inhale, lift your lower back off the floor. If your left foot is in too close, you won't be able to do that. So you may have to walk the left foot a little bit farther away from your left sit bone to get that range of motion in the spine. Exhale, rounding. So you're going to be pulling out of the intensity of the right hip, and then inhaling and then moving into the right hip. So you're looking for that tickle of an opening in the right hip. And then once you have the pattern down, you can inhale and lift maybe your left heel up off the floor to to make the opening more intense, intensify it. And if you want even more, you can maybe lift your left foot up off the floor. More core. And more breaths. And then take your left foot all the way down if it came up. Take your right foot down, left shin on top of right thigh, and we'll go back to rocking. So exhale, rounding, coming out of the hip, and then inhale, moving deeper into the left. Looking for that slight tickle of an opening. Slowly moving through any of the tightness going on in there. And if you'd like to, you can lift your right heel up off the floor. See if that intensifies the opening on the left hip when you inhale. And if you'd like to, you could take your right foot up off the floor. A lot more core here. Especially on the inhale. You're almost resisting the left shin with the top of the right thigh, using your right hip flexors and right quad. Especially on that inhale. Couple more breaths. And then release. Right foot down, left foot down, straight the legs, relax and feel. And from here, straighten your legs, engage your thighs, kneecaps straight up. Left foot is flexed. Point the right foot, so toes are pointing away from your head. And then from here, you're going to slowly trace the inside of your left leg with your right big toe. You're moving in and out of tree, inhaling, zipping up the inside of the left thigh, and exhaling, coming back. And then when you inhale and come up, so you can take your right knee more out to the side, pointing away from your left hip. Exhaling, coming down. So exploring that range of motion. Couple more times. Next exhale, relax and feel. Compare right to left. And then from here, engage the legs, kneecaps up, toes up. Point the left foot, toes pointing away from your head. And then inhale, sliding up. And exhale. The inhale, Inhale, coming up, pointing the left knee away from the right hip. Exhaling, coming down. Exploring. Any funkiness, anything interesting in there? One more time. And then relax and feel. Compare left to right. What's going on? And then from here, bend both knees. Put your left shin on top of your right thigh. And then from here, keep your arms out to the sides in a T. And then as you exhale, take the knees over to the left, turn your head over to the right. Try to grip the ground with your right shoulder blade, almost as if you're trying to resist the twist with the back of your right shoulder. And then inhale, coming up. So exhaling, turning your head to the right, letting the neck get a little bit of a stretch. Inhaling, coming up. And exhaling, knees over to the left, head over to the right. Gripping with the back of the right shoulder. What's going on this side? What kind of goodies does your body have for you? Legal to linger. I know this is a side, it's like a lovely side stretch of a twist. So if you want to go for the hold, all you got to remember is to breathe through the hold. Watching your edge move, watching the opening of the body. And inhaling, coming up, switch the legs, left leg down, right foot on top of left thigh. And exhale, knees over to the right. Turn your gaze over to the left. Grip with the back of your left shoulder. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Twisting head over, gripping with the left shoulder blade. Inhaling, come up. Again, it's a lovely side stretch. If you feel the need to linger, please linger. And inhale, knees up, right leg down, left leg down, relax and feel. Okay, bend your knees one at a time. Roll over to your good side. Come on up. And let's go looking for the blankets or the towels where you got. So you can have a seat. And we're going to sit in Sukhasana. Sukha means sweet. So knees below the crest of your hips. So you want to make sure you got some lift to your hips if you need it. Yeah. Take your time, make sure you get this right. It makes a world of difference. So, Ginger, your knees seem high. Can you go higher?
I can't get them low, even with pillows. That's it.
Let me see. Can I suggest you have a couch behind you? Can you grab that couch cushion and put that on the floor and then pile everything on top of it?
Okay.
Need some help?
I think I can do it. Does it come out?
Yeah, pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right. So you think I need even more?
Oh,
huh?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. So speak. So can you say something? So, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still, I just can't get them low. I think that's as good.
Do you feel like you're falling backwards, or do you feel like you can sit up a little bit more?
Oh, okay. How's that?
Good. And can you
I'm
take
sitting up.
a little bit? Your feet are here. Can you take your feet just a little bit further to the side?
No, that's it. I just have real tight hips, Elizabeth. That's it.
It's okay.
Maybe I should put the pillows under me instead and get on the floor.
Yeah. Or you just take another couch cushion and you put it on that cushion. 2 couch cushions.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you.
I think sometimes it helps to kind of be towards the end of the cushion and like have your hips kind of cant forward a little bit.
Yeah.
At least that's what I have to do.
I can't hear you, Nita. Nita.
We have to. Let's see, Nita. What are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
saying that for
What are you doing?
me, I also have very tight hips, and what I have to do is I sit on a meditation cushion, but I sit almost like, instead of sitting like this on it, I sit towards the edge and then cant my.
Oh yeah, that will help rock the pelvis. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if like getting closer to the front might be helpful. That's all.
Yeah.
Now, see, let me see what you're doing. I can't see it.
Great. I love it.
No, I can't see it.
Good. We're gonna work with that's a beautiful thing, Ginger. I love it. Okay, and then
That looks okay.
yeah, and to Nita's point, if you're sitting on the back side of the pillows, like if you feel like you're on like the other side of the hump of the pillow, the other side wasn't helping you, you almost want to see if you can get on the front of your sit bones, not the back of your sit bones. So sometimes by sitting on the edge of the blanket, it can help you kind of find the front of your sit bones, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay, good. So doesn't matter how high you gotta go. All right, so hands on your thigh, shoulders back, head up. The last thing you want to feel like is that you're falling backwards on the floor. You want to be able to sit tall, and then you can start to get into the hips a little bit more, as opposed to kind of focusing the emphasis be on your lower back if you're falling backwards. It's hard to get into those hips until you can really sit on them. Yeah? Cool. Love it, Ginger. And then from here, you're going to take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Take your left hand behind you slightly. Inhale, round your lower back a little bit. So make it full with your breath as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, Zip up from your lower back, middle back, upper back, and gently twist to the left. You don't even have to worry about your head right now. Just really focus on getting your belly, your rib cage, and your shoulders into the twist. And then you may feel like your right sit bone has popped up a little bit. So what you need to do is you, on your next inhale, see if you can reach to your right glute or your right sit bone. To anchor the twist. And then if your neck is okay with it, you can gently turn your head to the left, but don't force it. Twist our sneak hippo curves. And then inhale, turn your head to look forward. Exhale, hold. And then inhale, turn your spine out of the twist. Switch your legs. Is it gonna feel weird? Switching the legs, that's okay. All right, love it. Then from here, have your hands on your knees. Inhale, lift up to the top of your head. Exhale, gently twist to the right. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, round your lower back, middle back, head goes down. Exhale, lower back in, middle back in, chest lifts up. Really focusing on the belly, the rib cage, and the shoulders for now. Again, you might feel like your left sit bone has come along in the twist. So on your next inhale, reach to the left sit bone down into the ground. Keeping that even as you exhale. And then if it feels good on your neck, you can gently turn your head to the right. And then inhale, look forward. Exhale, hold. And then inhale, come out of the twist. And relax. So uncross the legs. Give them a little bit of a shake. Okay. Then from here, you're going to cross the legs again. And then for you, Ginger, so everyone, you may take your left ankle, your right ankle on top of your left thigh.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
So right ankle on top of left thigh. Does that make sense? So for Ginger, you're gonna stay up there and you're gonna be like this, like you're sitting on a chair. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like that.
Okay.
And then if you're on the ground, you're gonna have the left leg bent in, but you're gonna take the right shin on top of the left thigh. You with me? We're good? All right. You okay, Nita?
Relatively, yes.
Okay. You're gonna feel this in your right hip. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Exploring the right hip. That's what we're doing. Tom, you're good? Do you feel this?
Yeah, we absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I know it looks terrible, but I feel it.
So then what you can do is flex your right foot a little bit and then really try to pull the right pinky toe in towards the outside of the right ankle. So you're flexing that right foot. Mm-hmm. If you want more intensity, and you may, or you may not, right? This is a bus stop here, breathing. That could be a miracle. when we're opening up the hips because there's a lot of sensation in the hips. Or you can slowly lean forward just a little bit, maybe a half an inch. Yeah. Now notice how you might round your lower back to achieve that. Instead, try to keep your lower back pulling in, yeah, as you lean forward. So we're not doing this ditching forward action. It's really in the lower back. We're not trying to see how close our head comes down. We're actually just trying to intensify the sensation in the outside of your right hip without causing strain and rounding in any other part of the body. Yeah. So you can take your shoulders down. Because I know when my right hip, my hips open, I tend to store, it's like the tension shifts to my shoulders. So keep your shoulders down. Try to keep the rest of your body relaxed as the right hip goes through it. Goes through it. Breathe. See if anything happened with the breath. Go. And then inhale, coming up. That was a long hold. I will acknowledge that. That was a good job, you guys. And then other side. So, taking your right shin in. And Ginger, yeah, exactly. You're going to take your left shin on top of your right thigh. Looks like this side is a bit different for you, Ginger. It's a little tighter for you.
Yes, much tighter.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
That's okay. Think of all the things you do asymmetrically. Driving your car. What do you push off when you bicycle? You know what I mean? Like, what are you asking from right versus left that can cause the asymmetry? Imagine that, and then we just develop compassion for the body to do all these things it does asymmetrically. Now, flex your left foot, pull the left pinky toe in towards the outside of your left ankle. And then keep that shin engaged. And then, Junior, I'm going to ask you to grab your left thigh. Everyone can try this, but you're going to grab your left thigh with your hands, and you're going to rotate your left thigh in. So it's going to go, inner left thigh is going to reach towards the floor, and it's almost as if you're pulling your left, outside of your left thigh out from underneath you. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you might see it goes down a little bit, like a half an inch or so. Make sense? You're trying to really rotate that thigh bone in just a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. There you go, Tom. And then same thing with you, Tom. If you grab that left thigh and you rotate it in, you might find a little bit more, it puts a little bit more spice into that opening. Yep. And then inhale, come on up, release, shake it out. All right. So, how'd that go? You guys okay? All right. So, what we're gonna do is, so Ginger, you can maybe only be on one cushion now, so take one cushion out of the way. Because the legs are gonna be straight now. Legs are straight. Now, with legs straight, you wanna make sure that you don't hyperextend your knees down into the ground, right? You wanna preserve a straight line from your hips to your legs to your heels. So I'm not trying to hyperextend knees. So if you need to, if you're up on something, to support your knees, you can place a pillow or a blanket underneath your knees to protect you from hyperextension. Make sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Then from here, engage your legs strongly. Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna bend your right knee up. You take your right hand behind you. You're gonna inhale and lift your left arm up. Lower back moves in. And exhale, twist to the right. No, focus on the belly, neck, ribcage, and shoulders. The last thing that goes is your head. A couple of breaths here. And then inhale, come out of the twist, and then pile your right knee on top of your left knee. Same thing as before. So if you're at the foot, that's fine. You have the foot right on the thigh, moving towards knee on knee. So you can be here. And then keeping your left, this is really critical, keeping your left knee soft, not hyperextending. You're going to gently go forward into a forward fold. You're going to feel this intensely on the back of the leg. It's a bit of a hamstring opener, sneak hamstring opener. Push the back of your left heel into the floor to activate the back of your left thigh. Keeping that activation, lower back moves in to go forward. So not trying to ditch forward with the upper body, moving with your lower back in. Keep pushing your left heel into the floor. And inhale, come up. Straighten the right leg. Bend your left knee. Take your hands back. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale. So you can have the elbow to the outside, or it's going to be a little bit more gentle if you just take the floor. So belly moves to the left, ribcage moves to the left, shoulder moves to the left, shoulder. Maybe your head. Inhale, come out of the twist. Place your left knee on top of the right. Reach your right heel into the floor. So pile the knee. Or you're going to have the left knee on top of the right thigh. And you're going to slowly lean forward. Feel this in the right hamstring. Yeah? Lower back moves in as you reach forward. Push your right heel into the floor to activate the back of your right leg. Keep your right knee soft. The tendency is to push down on the knee, push down and hyperextend. And inhale, come on up. Inhale, forward. Take them out. Okay. Relax. In the class, we'll go into our restoratives because we all deserve restoratives. Especially right now. All that we're going through. And so we're going to do the supported. So fan folding, the blankets or towels.
I'm just going to support. Okay, she can hear us.
And make sure there's a little lower back. And then Ginger, there's a little bit of feedback on your side. So And then from here, you're gonna sit in front of the blankets or the towels. You're gonna take the bottoms of your feet together, knees apart. Support the shins with pillows, wherever you got. And then slowly lean back. And then you can either make a pillow by pulling up, by flipping the top under. But I've also been playing with just making a bit of a neck support by pulling it in to support my neck as opposed to my back of my head lifts, just a nice neck support. And arms out to the sides, palms face up or down. And then from here, push your hands to the outsides of your thighs and pull your thighs together. And then push your feet down at the hips up and over to the right. And then take your knees over to the left in the twist. Arms out to the sides. And then you can turn your head over to the right, adjusting the pillow, whatever you've got underneath your head as necessary. Again, if the outside of the right hip is too hot and it's too much of an opening, you can place a blanket or a pillow between your thighs. And then from here, inhale, take your knees up, push your feet down, lift your hips open over to the left, and then take your knees over to the right. Make sure your spine feels like it's in a line when you have the knees over to the right, and then turn your gaze up. And then inhale, take your knees up, take your hips to center, roll to your good side, and then see if with your other hand, see if you can pull the towels or blankets out from underneath you so you can lie back down flat. Knees bent. Relax and feel the body's coming out of its little supported back bend. So watch it settle back down. And you can do a couple of things. You can straighten your legs, or you can take your knees back into the bound downward pose again, or butterfly. Since the pillows or props are right there. And then from here, if your knees are out to the sides, take your knees together. If your legs are straight, bend your knees one at a time. And you're going to roll onto your side. Stay here for a moment. And then with your hand on the side of the top shoulder, push your hand down and push yourself up. And then have a seat again, or lie right back down if sitting is too much on your lower back. Whatever you do, you want to be comfortable to pull yourself out of the practice, the physical practice, without jarring yourself. So it's an easy transition. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about meditation, and they were saying, you know, they would fall asleep. And he said, well, that's why you sit. Now, I do know some people who can sleep while sitting. I think it's a miracle. I mean, a lot of them. But most of us, sitting, we can't sleep when we sit. But we can let go of the mind comfortably while we sit. So we're in that place of relaxation and awakeness at the same time. And then if you're comfortable with it, you can place your hands together in front of your head to yourself. And then take your hands down your thighs, lift your head, open the eyes. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday, everyone. It was so good to see you.